Pearl City, back here with Michael Chappelle.
You said, yo, Mike, I got an intro for you, and that was it, Michael Chappelle.
Michael Chappelle, you know why?
Why?
Because you only wear your brand of clothing now. I just realized that.
What's crazy, I actually stole this shirt. Not stole it, but someone else had a design for this, but
Yeah,
I
but
like
that's
it.
you now.
It is me now.
It's the Village Barber Club apparel. It's the Essential AR apparel. You got your own style now.
I really do. I swear to God, I have like 6 of these shirts, and I love it. I wear it like every day.
They look comfy. I'll give you that.
They're Gildan Ultra Soft.
Ooh, the Walmart?
Yep.
I fuck with
I
the
think
Walmart.
it's like $250. $250 a shirt.
The George brand at Walmart?
Like George Foreman?
No, just George.
What the fuck is that?
That's the brand, the Walmart brand, George. Those clothes are fire.
Like, why? Why are they so good?
The material.
I've never heard. I've
The
never
material?
heard of them. I have no idea what you're talking
Dude,
about.
I have so much. I'm wearing George boxers right now. George shirts. I have George shorts.
You gotta think of like Joe Boxer.
No, George.
George.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
No homo, you can check the tag on my underwear.
I trust you. I don't think you're lying to me about the things you're wearing. I've never heard of it.
Walmart's coming out. They're
To be
buy
100%
stock in Walmart because that shit's going to pop off.
said people like 30 years ago. But I couldn't tell you honestly, since I live closer to a Target than I do a Walmart, so I couldn't tell you the last time I actually went to Walmart. I just remember that every time I go to Walmart, it's just hella dirty. It's like the difference between going to a Tops and a Wegmans. Like Wegmans is just such a nicer experience than going into a Tops. So I just never go to Wegmans. Never go to Walmart.
I'll give you that, but also don't shit on Walmart because I love Walmart.
I mean, I get it. I get the appeal. I just don't want to go there.
The smiley face on everything just makes you feel good. Like, I'm getting the cheapest thing
I thought you
that
were
I
going to say
can.
the smiling face on the person when you leave. I'm like, they've never fucking smiled at me.
Oh, no.
The
You
greeters.
get 90-year-old Gretchen. Don't forget a fucking bag. Did you pay for that paper bag?
Yeah, I get that their job is to like greet you. Dude, listen, there are some. Remember that website that was like People of Walmart?
Yeah.
That was a.
Yeah.
Oh, there are some weird people on this planet, man.
Yeah, and you know why? Because the prices are so cheap.
At Walmart.
Yeah. They attract everybody.
That's true. I mean, there are stores that are cheaper than Walmart, aren't there? Like, there's Ollie's. That's a store. Or there's
But it's not.
It's not the same.
That's like
It's not the same
discounted,
appeal.
almost expired stuff.
What is Walmart? Just
Good stuff.
Chinese goods.
You're bashing an all-American company right here on our soil, built by bricks of American
I would
workers.
I would be surprised if there was one product made in the USA that was sold at Walmart.
Great value. That's Walmart's version of everything. China ain't making that shit.
I bet you it's produced in Canada.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the Wegmans products are like made in Canada, and I'm like, oh, cool, whatever.
I always felt I wasn't bougie enough to shop at Target.
Really?
I can count like on two hands how many times I've actually been into Target.
I swear, dude. There's that stereotype that like every girl loves shopping at Target. Like they're.
Yeah.
I swear, every girl I've ever dated fucking loves Target.
That's a girl you want too.
It's just crazy. Like I don't get they love stopping in and seeing the dollar. Like when you walk in, it's like not the dollar section, but it's a dollar section. It's like the little knick-knacky section. It's all trash. It's all garbage, but like they draw you in, man.
Yeah, but is it? Because I'm a frugal man. Everybody knows that. So if there's a dollar section,
No, but it's shit you don't need. Like it's little fucking knickknacks and little shit that if you never bought them, your life wouldn't be any better or worse.
oh, I don't want that shit.
No, it's trash.
I don't like clutter.
That's exactly what it is. It's clutter. It's clutter shit.
I don't want any of that.
Back to the Walmart people. I've seen so many fucking weird people in Walmart, and I think that. So I've always believed in aliens, right?
Okay.
I've always believed in aliens, but I've seen so many fucking weird people that I'm like, there might be aliens that's just like living among us. Because I've seen so many weird fucking looking people that's like are in Walmart. I'm like, oh yeah, I could see you being from a different planet.
Yeah, they think, how do I fit in with Americans? Oh, well, shop at Walmart.
I like that.
That's my alien accent.
Illegal alien accent.
They are.
Yeah, no, I just, do you believe in aliens?
I think it would be foolish to not believe that we are the only living things here.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That
agree.
being said, why haven't we found any?
Right. I think there's different not schools of thought, but different ideas, right? So there's one, if let's just say hypothetically, aliens, like there's all the alien sightings, right? Hypothetically,
Out of they're everywhere now.
everywhere. But let's just say the aliens are here, right? Some people say the aliens came here or would come here because their planet is like, whatever, and they're looking for help at another planet, right? That's
Sure.
like an idea. But if these aliens were able to master intergalactic fucking travel, do you really think they would just like live in the shadows? They'd be like, "Oh no, it's cool. You guys can do your own thing." They'd be so much farther fucking advanced than us that it wouldn't even be like close, right? It wouldn't even be fair. These aliens would be like, "Look at these fucking assholes." Like,
Oh, for sure. The thing that always got me was like it's always the aliens finding us and not us finding them.
because we can't go anywhere. We can't
So
make it out of our solar system.
is it just because we're like a young species, or is it because they've been here longer, so they have the time and technology to do it?
It's a
Because
technology thing.
we're talking about billions of years, and even though Earth has had like a cataclysmic event that wiped out,
A couple.
yeah,
Yeah.
over time, or whatever,
Yeah.
like we've been here.
So I think a lot of it's a technology thing. We just don't have the technology as far as being able to sustain us, like our life throughout. Like we just can't travel that fast, right? So there's the idea that, in like Einstein's general theory of relativity, like you technically time travel is like possible, right? If you were to, so if you were in a spaceship and I was in a spaceship, right, and your spaceship was traveling maybe let's just say half of the speed of light, right? And you went to a certain point and then came back. You would have traveled less time. You would be younger than me on Earth. So let's just say you were traveling half the speed of light and you went to you're going to, let's just say, Pluto, okay? You were traveling half the speed of light. You got halfway to Pluto. You're like, I don't want to go to Pluto anymore. You stop. You turn back around. When you get back to Earth, I would have aged more than you. Like you would have gone in time. Like that's the theory of relativity. So if theoretically, if some fucking alien figured out how to, which we'll get into kind of the Bob Lazar thing later, figured out how to bend gravity or move at a faster speed, they could get here. That's possible. We just can't. Like we can't fucking leave. We can barely get to Mars.
Do you think they're sitting up there like, look at these guys? They have to wear helmets up here. They can't get to us.
Yeah.
They just sit like right on the border.
I love that
Like
that's
a
your
dog
alien
on like
accent.
a dog on a leash. Like when it's like trying to get at you and you're just sitting right there. You're like, you can't get me.
I'll tell you what, not to get conspiratorial, but there's the flat earthers that say like one of their big things at the earth being flat is that you can't go to Antarctica, right? Like you just can't go to Antarctica. Like you as a person, you need like a special guide. Like there's like people there guarding Antarctica. Like for what fucking reason could someone be there guarding this place?
That sounds like the prequel to like Game of Thrones.
Kind of,
Like
right?
winter is
But
coming.
like, how crazy would it be if there were aliens and we just keep them in Antarctica, and that's just like their climate? They come from like a fucking snow planet.
Yeah,
With
but we can go to Antarctica.
no,
Whether
you can't. You can't go to Antarctica.
why not?
You can't
People
go to Antarctica.
people have been to Antarctica.
Sure, on like tours. You can't just like go to Antarctica though.
You mean like flights?
Yeah, but you can't go. Like, hold on. There's no way I'm making this up. Like, I looked it up one day. Like,
I'm sure you'd have to have special arrangement to do it, but you can go.
Yeah, sure. And just where they let you go, like with a guide. But you can't.
You don't think if you had a private jet?
No. Can you go to Antarctica without a tour?
Like a no-fly zone? Like how would they know?
Antarctica is the only continent on Earth without a native human population. Since no country owns Antarctica and no visa is required, you do need to get permission to travel to Antarctica.
Why?
It is taking anything from Antarctica is banned, including rocks, feathers, bones, eggs, and any kind of biological material, including traces of soil. Taking anything man-made is also completely banned, as just some actual be research equipment.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know. The Antarctic Treaty does not prevent tourists, military personnel, or scientific researchers from being present in Antarctica, but do require appropriate permit from a treaty party. So you need permission to like go and like be in Antarctica.
Yeah, but and if that's true, I don't know if I really believe that. I know that's what Google says.
Sure.
That the whole world complies together, even though we hate each other.
Maybe that's bigger. Maybe we just all agree, like, all right, these these things are over chilling in Antarctica. We're just not gonna bother them. No one go fuck with them. We'll let them, pick up cows every once in a while or like probe humans, but we're not gonna fuck with them.
But that would also go against that they're so smart, right?
Sure.
If because they're just there and they pick up cows or whatever you just said.
Yeah, I know exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's so tough. It's such a weird juxtaposition of like beliefs there, but.
Do you think like America is so naive? Like, oh, there's a treaty. Like, you can't go there, and then somebody actually like flies over, and there's like Russia, China, Africa. Everybody has bases over there, and it's a thriving economy.
It's like its own separate.
Yeah.
Like, listen, we're just game that.
Don't tell Americans about us. They'll come ruin it.
No, well, there's that theory, and then I've also heard the theory that they're just like ocean dwelling things. So there was the video, not to cut you off because I thought you were going to say something. Hold that thought. But there was the video that just came out with the Navy ship that recorded a spaceship, and it was traveling ridiculously fast.
Yep.
And then
55 knots.
And then did a dive right into the water, and it was not like there was no recovery, there was nothing found. So the other theory is
I thought, didn't they track it underwater and then it disappeared underwater?
Yeah. So the idea is that they're like ocean dwelling aliens.
Okay, cool thought. But let's just think about the fish down there. We don't even know all of the fish. Like, we can't even go down deep that far.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how crazy is that? Like, that's here, and we can't even explore all of that. Like, there's infinite amounts.
And then we haven't even tried.
Yeah, there's infinite amounts of fish down, like, everywhere.
Not infinite.
Yeah, because the ocean is so big that you could never find every single species of fish.
Isn't that kind of crazy? And Elon is, exploring.
And that's probably so false, but I think that that's 100% true.
Yeah, it's definitely not an infinite amount of fish, but it's a shit ton of fish. There was that article. It was like that. What movie is this? It's Finding Nemo. Maybe the fish with like the little light bulb on the top of his head and then giant teeth. It's like a super deep ocean dwelling.
Got a little light bulb.
Yeah, shit. Like was on a beach like last week. Like that's like a deep ocean fucking animal. There's no reason for it to be anywhere near the surface, right?
Washed up.
Aliens fucking chased it.
Okay.
They were
I don't like that.
They were playing fucking tag, and a homie came upstairs.
I don't know. The ocean fascinates me.
Oh, it's scary, right?
Like, do you think that there's something massive or something down there that we still have yet to do? Like, what's the biggest thing? Sperm whales, orca whales, or?
Sure. Well, I was at a aquarium not too long ago, and there was like a mouth and teeth of like one of those like megalodons or whatever.
Yeah,
like those giant ass fucking sharks. What the fuck is that thing?
The Loch Ness Monster. We're gonna sound like total buffoons talking about all this stuff.
This is we really didn't prepare for this podcast, so we're just kind of talking right now. So.
I wholeheartedly believe that there's like big cool shit down there.
Yeah.
That it's like, because you got to think, like, a lot of these things are like chickens. You look at those little fuckers like pecking on the ground. Those are dinosaurs, right?
Sure.
So like other things, there's like other that might not be from here that are like here, kind of, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Sure. There are a lot of animals that you're like, oh, this was a like fucking alligators.
Yeah.
Or like when you just think about like evolution. I watched a video. It was talking about how like um, whales and dolphins, not whales, well, orca whales and like dolphins are just like fucking shitty animals. Shitty in the fact that they like they're so smart that they like play with their food before they eat it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they like fucking murder. And they're like um the land dolphin is like a hippo, and it's like just as much of an asshole. But like those things just like separated at some point and like turned into
Yeah.
itself. But like just imagine if these things in the ocean, right? Like a meg, like maybe something like a deep water fucking shit that evolved into like another crazy animal that we'll never see.
Here's something. Ponder this. You know how everybody says that like dolphins are like super smart,
Yes, they
like
are.
mammals?
Mhm.
They don't have like a language per se. It's like they talk in
They
like
have
frequencies, kind of, right?
well, no, they have multiple dialects. That's what's so
But
crazy
isn't
about
it
it.
like a frequency type thing?
That, and I think they have like ee.
You know how you get
talk-
like those mixed
That was so
radio?
bad.
Yeah, don't do that again. You know how you get like mixed radio signals,
Yes.
and it's always in the movies and stuff, and it's like, oh, what's out there?
Yeah.
What if like aliens? They don't have a language, but like they could talk to us kind of like through dolphins, like through frequencies.
Like,
Like
what
those were the key.
What if these aliens? What if they are actually ocean-dwelling animal or aliens, and they've been trying to use dolphins, and we've just been putting them in fucking SeaWorld?
Yeah. We can't get to them. They're locked in a big bucket of water.
Shamu's trying to tell us
Yeah.
that these aliens' planets are destroyed, and we're asking them to play fucking fetch with
We
Timmy.
told them to kill some of those fucking people that feed them, and they still keep them in there.
Oh man, yeah, no, it's like I don't know, man. I would you want to know?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Let's say that there's an invasion, right?
Yeah.
So what? I still have to go to work tomorrow. They might be gone. I don't get paid for that day. Like
You
nothing
got off-
changes.
You got off for Memorial Day, and you have to go back to work on Saturday.
Yeah, yeah. They don't give a fuck about aliens. They're like, yeah, they're up there. They're not doing anything yet. You still got work
Yeah.
to do.
Well, do you think
Nothing
that-
changes.
Do you think that's why they wouldn't tell people, right? Like,
Why?
Just because some people would lose their mind, right?
Oh,
like,
they would.
Like the world has to keep spinning. Like it doesn't affect if let's just say hypothetically, these things exist, but they're not hostile, right? Like they're not trying to kill us for some crazy reason. Do you think people would just be like, well, what the fuck is art? Like, what's the point of working at fucking Dunkin' Donuts? We got fucking, Ted the Alien. Like, why are we not, like, what? There should be bigger whatever. You know what I mean?
Two things would happen. You know how this is like a real thing. Trump signed something that like the FBI or
It
CIA.
was during the stimulus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have. It's within what, the next 30 days.
Something like that's
The
coming up.
deadline is coming up where they have to release all the information. Let's say that they say, yeah, we have like alien bodies
Would
and
you
all
be
this
mad?
stuff.
I would.
I would be
I'd be pretty upset.
Yeah, I'd be like, well, yeah. Like we've been wondering, and we've been making these crude drawings and putting them all in these shitty movies. You could have told us what they look like. But
We could have gave them credit or something.
yeah. Where was I going? What'd I just say
Trump, aliens, 90 days, 60 days, 30 days.
before that?
Working. We still have to go
Oh.
to work.
Two things would happen.
Okay.
There would either be like a mass panic, which I'm sure they're scared of, because God forbid you don't have enough gas to drive your car somewhere and people hoard it. Or God forbid you have to stack up on toilet paper because you can't keep your asshole dirty.
Guys, there are aliens, and these aliens, they eat shit, and they fucking just they try and eat you while you're shitting. We need to just hoard toilet paper.
Somebody on TikTok would say, the aliens are here. They're going to steal out our gas. That's why they're here. And everybody would fucking hoard it. Or two, I forgot my train of thought.
It's all right. We got time. We're only 20
I'll
minutes
come
in.
back to it.
We're only 20 minutes in.
Or it'd be people on TikTok fucking, take me. Like, arms up.
They'd be a
Beam me up.
an alien trend. They'd be
Yeah.
dancing. They'd be like,
They'd just be out there like, just Jesus, take me. Beam me up.
Now, would that strengthen or hurt the religious zealots or the religious side of people, right? Because their idea is that like humans were created by God and we're the only creatures, whatever, right? But if they were to find out there's another fucking being,
Yeah, but nobody says what God is.
no,
So what if
100%.
God is?
Dude, I like
Because, and not to mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
You said earlier there's two theories,
well, that's
kind
what
of-
I've heard of.
Yeah. I've also heard of theories like where aliens have planted us as seeds and we evolved and everything, and they keep coming back to
From
check
the
on
monkeys.
us,
From the monkeys, yeah.
right? Like these keep coming back to check on us. So what if they are, like we are some experiment to them?
Wouldn't that be some crazy shit? Because consciousness, right? Like and that's just what's so nuts to me. Oh, did you hear? I forget where did I heard this theory, but the idea that so I've been getting real into like religion, not like religion, but my phone dropped. So I heard this theory that it was like, all right, there's been how many mass cataclysms in like the earth, right? Where there's been a civilization and then they've been destroyed. I forget who said this theory, but let's say, hypothetically speaking here, right? We were a race of aliens. Like we were the race of aliens on a different planet, right? We traveled. Let's just like how they were saying our planet, global warming is like destroying our planet, and we're trying to colonize Mars, right?
Sure.
Now let's just say, and I stole this. I don't know who I stole this from, but it's a fucking crazy idea. Let's say we send a group of people to Mars, right? And we get to a point where there's like a space station going around Mars. Okay.
Sure.
There's a group of people now colonizing Mars, and there's a solar system, not a solar system, but like a space station going
Okay.
around it. Something happens on Earth. A volcano erupts. The people die on Earth, right? That space station cannot return to Earth now, right?
Right.
So now they can't get any sort of supplies. They can't get any sort of like natural resources. They're stuck on Mars, right? So they're almost like terraforming Mars. They're a new population. Eventually, no one's going to remember what Earth was or Earth is.
Right.
Okay. But all you have are these stories, these religious ideas of like how to treat people, how to do whatever, like these bullshit stories. And like, what if that's just what we are? What if we are the alien race that traveled here, something happened, whatever? Because we're just so much more advanced, but we just don't fucking remember, right?
Well,
like we just can't.
We are aliens in a sense, right? But we couldn't be the alien race because
Why?
that would mean we were the only thing. If I'm following, like, because what we're talking about, or what I thought we were talking about, is us and another.
No, so okay, let's just say
Entity.
this type of. So we're so advanced. We have Tesla cars, all this shit, right? But if we went to Mars, we would have we would have nothing of that. No techno. We don't have the stuff to create that technology, right?
Right.
It would get to a point though that if we can't communicate with Earth, get anything, the space station around Earth doesn't exist anymore, right? Or around Mars doesn't exist. All you have are your primitive tools that you now have on Mars.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But then let's say that we're the ones living on Mars, right?
Yep.
Are we then having this conversation? What's out there? Is there another entity where there's actually two, not just us before and now, but another one?
Sure. But what I'm saying though is that maybe we are the only thing. Like this is just crazy out there bullshit talk. But what I'm saying is that it gets to a point then where when you were on that new planet, let's just say now like us on Earth, where all you are hearing is a story of a story of a story, and once you don't have all that crazy technology, all it is just like you're going back to farming and cropping and crude tools to try and like get by and do whatever. And I get that like evolution kind of disproves that, but like how crazy would that be if that was like I heard that theory, I was like, oh shit.
Crazy, yes. And you could also make the case that it's plausible because let's sit here right now, right? You look back and, I read Graham Hancock's book, like 13,000 years ago when there was the solar flare that came down, caused the ice age and everything. There's still like artifacts like bracelets that have precision drilling that is like 13 years old where they wouldn't have that. You look at the pyramids where it's like, how did they get this structure up here? Yeah, sure, they might have had like a canal back in the desert, but how do you lift it up with, so if
It's-
you're losing some, but some stuff still remains, then it looks like aliens, kind of.
Exactly. So like, it's like stuff like that where I'm just like, fucking crazy. But like, I don't know. And that's just it. I don't know, and I don't pretend to know. But
Oh, I don't either.
It's so fun to think about.
It's the funnest thing to think about.
It's so fun. I mean, out of all the people, like celebrities or anyone, who do you think acts most like an alien?
Oh, that is an easy answer.
Rosie O'Donnell.
No, that. What the fuck? Not the easy answer I thought you were going with. Has to be Elon Musk. Like
He's just got Asperger's, man.
Asperger's, alien.
Do you ever think that, like, what if these things that people have, I don't even want to say like disabilities, but like Asperger's, what if that's just like they're fucking aliens? Like that's like an alien gene. Because a lot of them are so fucking smart.
Oh yeah, and like special ed people, like what are they? They're just strong. The
Again,
strength.
yeah, I don't want to use the term disability because like those kids that have like Down syndrome.
Yeah.
It's like a different fucking body. Like they're just like they're fucking tanks, dude.
They are. They could lift up a car.
Oh, they fucking can. And like, what if that's just? What if this is gonna sound bad? I'm just talking. What if an alien fucked a human and that was like what happened?
Well,
Like, and I don't mean that in like a bad or disrespectful way, but I just mean like, what if that's what caused that like chromosomal shift? Like maybe I'm an idiot. Like maybe there's science that tells you what that is, but maybe the first time was because an alien fucked a human and was like, now we have this fucking tank, but like it didn't mix right, so like the chromosomes are different.
this guy is cute. I will fuck him.
Why is that your alien accent?
It
What?
has to be something. I'm not very good at many.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm gonna
That was
keep
good.
doing it.
What was it again?
I like this guy. I will continue to fuck him.
It's like a bad Eastern European like sex trafficker. Oh, and why was it a guy fucking another guy?
That's how you get that way.
I guess they have like what's up with the I don't know. I forget where it was, but you know that there was the story about the aliens who would come down, or it's not aliens, Jesus, but it was like a farm and these cows were like slaughtered and like carved and shit. Did you hear about
There's
that?
a South Park episode like that
Right, but
with the red cow.
yeah, but it's like a real thing. Like no one knows how these
Yeah, I've seen it.
craziness stuff like that you just can't explain.
Could have been a fucking farmer off his meds.
You're right. I spent too much time on Facebook and other apps where I've seen people. I'm like, oh, that person could have just fucking slaughtered that cow and been like, oh, well, it wasn't me.
Yeah, I was in my house. I need those cows.
I was down in my house and all it came out and there was a fucking cow there.
Okay. Aliens, like the mothership comes, right? And there's a whole
Okay.
bunch, there's a fleet of little,
Multiple
yeah, hundreds.
hundreds.
And then it's you've watched The Office. It's the Michael Scott scene. Quick, everybody, it's happening. Go.
Stay calm.
Yeah.
Everyone stay fucking calm.
That's Joe Biden, right? He's like, we have
No.
in place like a select handful of people on this planet that we have to go represent us for when they beam down.
It sure as fuck isn't Joe Biden. No,
Wait, what's happening? Grandpa.
Stay calm. Stay calm. It's listen.
Come on,
Stay
man.
no, come on, man. Listen. It's the aliens.
It's corn pop.
Listen, corn pop. Listen, you take the razor, hit it on the ground, get it rusty.
We got this.
We got this.
You know, in the pool.
The pool.
87.
Hit the 87. Corn pop. He's a bad dude.
You have to send so many people.
So many people to meet with them. Who
yeah,
are you sending?
a little militia. Yeah.
Okay, 5 people. Who are you sending to meet to parlay with the aliens?
Okay.
Now, let's not. I don't want to think about politicians. A little bit.
I don't give a fuck. Why would we send them?
That's what I mean. Let's who are we gonna send to get the
I would
best
send.
idea?
I'll send one, and if they get eaten, they'll go first.
I would send Ellen DeGeneres
Why?
because
I don't like that answer.
listen. Because she can put up a good front as far as being nice and like fun and dancing, but she also like makes her staff work in like sweatshops and like chains them in fucking closets. So she's kind of a bitch.
To represent planet Earth,
Yeah.
your first pick is Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah.
We could do like a little snake draft or something. That would be kind of fun. See who has a better.
Okay. Well, I'm not picking Ellen first overall. I just thought
That was
about
your first pick.
it. No. Don't. I didn't know. I didn't know we were doing a draft.
Neither did I. I just thought about it.
Fine. Ellen.
Could you
first.
make a graphic
Not right now.
in it all?
I might be able to put it in. The podcast isn't going to come up tonight if I do the graphic.
No, not that.
What do you mean? Just
Like it doesn't have to be up tonight. Like, could you make like a nice graphic?
yeah, sure. For like promotional use
Yeah.
or in the video.
No, like promotional.
Oh
use.
yeah, easy, Gucci.
Okay. Want to do this?
I guess I'm picking fucking Ellen.
You don't
first
have
overall.
to.
Okay, I don't have to.
No,
All right, you have my pen.
I got yeah.
Okay, let me do some thinking here. All right,
You wanna-
rock paper scissors. See who
Rock paper scissors shoot.
once twice shoot.
Okay.
Okay. Does that mean I get first?
You get first. You get the pick if you want to go first, or you get the next two.
You get first.
I get first.
Yeah, you get first.
Pick number one in the intergalactic meetdown of the century.
Parlay of the century.
Team Planet Earth 1. It will go The Rock.
The Rock. Dwayne.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. All right. With the second overall pick in the intergalactic planetary draft, Earth B selects
Let's do 3. Or
Why?
4.
4.
4. 5 is a lot.
We're not going to do snake draft. We'll go back to you after this.
Okay.
Selects Shaquille O'Neal.
Great fucking pick. That's a great pick.
Oh, Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, let's just. Can you imagine? Listen, have you seen those videos of Shaq, like him at the Jonas Brothers premiere? Did you see that video at all?
I don't think so.
Shaq's done everything that you could ever want as a human. There's a video of him at like the Jonas Brothers documentary premiere, and there's like Nick Jonas and his wife sitting on the red carpet, and it's Shaq with like in between a bunch of like 14-year-old girls. He's like, get Nick, hey.
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere, and he always looks so happy. That
He
guy
is.
is never
That's a
not
great
happy.
pick. I wish I had Shaq.
Shaquille O'Neal.
I wish I would have prepared for this.
Listen, I picked Ellen first overall, and that was a mistake. So I'm glad I got to retcon that.
This is gonna be really tough.
Really tough.
Off the top of the dome.
We should have a time limit here.
I don't know. I guess I'll go Elon.
Elon?
Yeah.
Sure as fuck not picking Bill Gates. Jesus, you got the smart guy.
You guys pick like Sniper Eye.
No, you picked Elon.
Yeah. You could pick Bezos. You'd be like, I'll just fucking buy all these aliens.
No, I'm not picking Jeff Bezos. Bald-headed fuck. Okay, you picked a scientist, right?
Engineer. You could pick like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I was just gonna say Neil deGrasse Tyson. I swear to God, it was him or Brian Cox.
He's like, how are you here?
Yeah.
The laws of physics don't allow this.
Listen, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm picking Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Go pick. Go pick.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, Hayden Planetarium, shout out. What's up? Could you imagine Shaq and Neil deGrasse Tyson going to meet a little fucking alien?
I'm trying to think of.
I know my third pick.
I'm trying to think of somebody from another country. Because so far it's all Americans.
I know my pick.
Steve-O.
Steve-O. Just
Who
in case
doesn't-
just in case they need to do experiments on him.
Yeah. And he's pliable.
Peter Dinklage. Oh. I want the aliens to know that we come in all different shapes and sizes.
You got fucking 7'4" Shaquille O'Neal and fucking 2 foot Peter Dinklage. Okay.
I want them to know we're inclusive.
I need a woman.
Who you got?
I don't know.
It's your last pick.
I need a woman. A badass woman.
Who's the girl that played Xena?
Xena?
Xena, the warrior princess.
And
Remember
that
that
sounds
from,
like nothing that I've ever watched.
Early 2000s, late 90s. Remember that? No.
Oh, this is tough. Do you know yours?
Kind of. You want a woman as the last one? Just to show that, like, hey, women exist on this planet.
Yeah. It's not just all us.
Caitlyn Jenner, you pick her.
I get both the best of both worlds.
Get a former Olympian and a celebrity. You're right, I need to pick a woman too, don't I?
That's tough. I was going to think like a politician like Angela Merkel, but I'm not picking Angela Merkel.
No, Tulsi Gabbard.
Thought about Tulsi.
She can hold her own if there's an alien battle.
Who played the Tomb Raider?
Like in the original or the newest one?
Either.
Angelina Jolie played the original one, and then it was Vikander or something. I couldn't pronounce her name. Very pretty.
Thinking Chuck Norris, maybe.
You're going pure brute force.
Yeah, brute force. I thought about Yao. If you have Shaq. Do you know yours? I'll let you skip ahead of me if you know.
I was thinking about still going with Ellen.
Ellen.
But a part of me, I was thinking about Ellen. That's so tough.
Really should have planned this ahead.
We should have. I figured my first three are great.
I need somebody like
I'm sticking with Ellen. Ellen was the first on my list for a woman.
Okay.
I'm going with Ellen.
Mark it.
Yeah, Ellen is my fourth and final.
You got a good solid lineup.
I got Shaquille O'Neal, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Peter Dinklage, and Ellen DeGeneres meeting the aliens for the first time. Those are our brightest and finest people. Ivanka Trump, Melania Trump,
Kim Kardashian.
Kim K.
She's kind of personable. She's going to get... I feel like Kim K is going to be like, yep, these people are good or these people are bad. Like, she's got good judgment.
Can you imagine these aliens seeing her ass for the first time being like, why did they evolve to be like that? Why are their bodies like that? All right, who you got? You got The Rock?
I got The Rock, Elon, Steve-O, and Kim K.
What a motley crew of people. Could you just imagine? Like, listen, we're not celebrities and we will never be in that world of celebrities. But could you imagine in a room, The Rock, Shaquille O'Neal, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Elon Musk, Steve-O, Kim Kardashian, Peter Dinklage, and Ellen DeGeneres?
Zoltan. Unite.
Just all in a room. Like, what would they even talk about? How poor everyone
I'm gonna be
else
honest.
is?
That's a good room.
That's a great room.
You ever see like those games where it's like pick a table and each table has like 5 people?
I'd be on this table. This table would be great.
Did a hell of a fucking table.
Oh my god. I could ask Shaq about Shazam. I could ask Neil deGrasse Tyson about black holes. I could ask Peter Dinklage about what it's like not being able to go on roller coasters. Just kidding. I can ask Ellen DeGeneres about why she like is so mean to her staff. I can ask The Rock what steroids are like.
So both of them walk up. There's 2 single file lines. You have to pick one
Question.
spokesperson for your team.
I was just gonna say, all right. So the first person you're gonna throw up is The Rock, right?
I don't know, Steve-O. There's something
Would
about
Steve-O
him.
be the first?
Like, hey guys, what's up?
Okay, so Steve-O, your first person.
No, The Rock.
The
Has
Rock's
to be
your-
The
okay.
Rock.
So, if The Rock is going, I'm going to send Peter Dinklage. Up against.
A little nobleman.
Yes, if it's between those two, if it's like an alien dating show, and we need the aliens to choose which person, I'm gonna
Which
send
half of America to save?
I am going to choose Peter Dinklage to go out there against The Rock, to just calmly say, "Hey, listen, guys, can't we all just get along?"
I like it.
It's a good one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Who you sending against Shaq?
Oh, are we doing a 1v1?
Oh, I thought so.
Oh, I was just gonna say like the spokesperson for my team is The Rock.
Oh, all right. Peter Dinklage, spokesperson. All right, that's cool.
You've got a solid lineup.
I got a great lineup. I'm not trying to, I know it's me and mine, but I think my lineup would win.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I think you're
We'll
half.
throw something out.
I think Antarctica would kill you before me.
Antarctica.
Yo, what's just so crazy to me though is that there's situations like with Bob Lazar, right? Like his story, and it hasn't changed since like he first came out saying that like about the aliens. Like about the Bob Lazar story.
I
right?
watched a lot of things.
But like there's so many things that
What is it? Element 151? Is that what it is?
and that's the element that like bends gravity. So like
Are you sure that that's what
Yeah.
it does?
Yeah. So it's the
I never heard that.
it's a very dense matter, and what happens is it bends gravity around it, and it's a propulsion system, so it pushes you by bending gravity and like slingshotting you. Supposedly.
I'd like to go back and rewatch and reread everything.
Yeah, but there's so many things that he said, like, and there's a lot of things he said that sounds fucking ridiculous, but he hasn't changed his story, and there are things that he said that like there was the base like S9 or whatever it was called.
S5, S4.
S number, whatever it was. He knew exactly where it was, exactly the layout of it. He talked about how there were machines that when you went in, there was a machine that you put your hand in, and it measured like the bones, like the length
bone
of
density,
your bones.
I thought.
Yeah, or I thought it was the length of like the bones in your hand.
Oh, maybe.
And that's how you like got into the building, and everyone's like, that's science fiction. And then there was like a military or like government auction, and those things went up for sale, like real things that everyone thought he was full of shit.
Yeah, and it's wild. It's also wild. Like I don't want to say it. Somebody had scrubbed his trace
Yeah.
out of there, but it wasn't later found that he actually like it is there, but they tried to scrub that he never worked there. Like how fishy is that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and just the fact that everything that he said, again, he hasn't changed his story once. Like, not once. And more things. And what's so crazy about, like, the Element 151, they made it. Like, they were, like, in a very brief amount of time, in a particle collider or particle accelerator, like, they made Element 151. Like, it exists. Like, the properties that he said that this thing had, like, would have, it's a real thing. And that's crazy enough to me. You know what I mean? That he said that this thing existed, and then years later, they made it, and it's real.
Here's my only problem.
Yeah.
With the whole thing.
Sure.
If he's telling the truth, somebody could have just killed him if they didn't want it out, right?
Sure.
Because they killed Epstein because they didn't want that shit out.
Truth.
So like it's so easy and it's so well, it's convoluted, but it's so colluded, all of those entities, that if they didn't want it out, like it wouldn't be out.
Okay, now let me ask you a question. Let's say these aliens, if they're real, or maybe they're dead. Maybe it's just we picked up alien technology and bodies, right? Like maybe it's one or two aliens that crashed on the planet and we picked up their spaceship and their bodies. Like let's
Okay.
just say that's a thing, right? Which, by the way, they refer to them as children. Like, isn't that weird?
Because they're small.
Because they're small.
Peter Dinklage size
Exactly. Anyway, backtrack.
ancestors.
Now, let's say they're not. Let's say there are no live bodies, and even if they are, they're like docile and they're not like whatever, right? They're just aliens. What's worse? People finding out about these docile aliens or like an alien spaceship but no actual aliens, or finding out that you fuck kids. So maybe they just didn't care. Like they cared, but like at the end of the day, if people found out about aliens, it's way less bad than finding out
That's
that
where
you
I was
fuck
gonna
kids.
go.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like maybe they didn't care about killing him, but they had to kill Epstein because they're like, well,
Morals.
yeah. Right. Like that's way more socially acceptable. Like aliens are like in vogue right now.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Even if it is out, who's gonna believe you? You know, prove it.
exactly. But fucking kids, that's like an entirely different animal.
Yeah.
That like no one's gonna be like, oh, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Like, no, you fuck kids. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another thing. You said that they refer to them as children.
Yeah, that was like what he said. The children.
Here's like a little conspiracy. In almost all, I would say majority of all science fiction movies, all the aliens resemble each other. So either somebody came out first and everybody replicated that, or it's based off of something that was seen.
Right.
Except for like the Predator, but everything else, it's kind of the big head, little body type thing.
Well, the idea is that when you evolve, right, that we really have no. See, it's so. It's so tough, right? So the idea is that like as we evolve, we have less and less need for like a big body, right? Like our brains evolve and they get bigger, and like that's where like our strength is, quote unquote, right?
Sure.
But at some point, you still need a body, right? That's the idea with artificial intelligence. Like, it's very difficult to replicate any sort of artificial intelligence AI system that doesn't have a body, and that's going back to the religion thing. That's why in Christianity, for example, they put such a emphasis on like the Son, right? Like Christ the Son, like the resurrection part of it is that like you need the body to have the consciousness to have the whatever. So like at some point
It's the
body,
vessel.
exactly. The consciousness doesn't exist without the interpretation, like
Right.
living. So
I don't really think you answered what I said, though.
where are we going with that?
No, all of the similarities in how we portray aliens
right.
are so similar. It's like it's based off
That's
of
where I was
something.
getting at. Is like small bodies, big heads. That's all where I was going with it.
Oh, that's pretty shallow.
Small bodies, big heads. That's pretty much in everything, right? It's like big
And
eyes, big
even
heads.
you went on to the evolution part, which
Yeah.
would means that there was something before them,
On a different planet. I mean, who knows, right?
and then we're equating them to us because we evolved and they would evolve how we thought we would evolve with bigger heads, bigger knowledge. Like, let's say Neuralink, you know, is in 100 years the thing, and then we have all this stuff stored, and sure, maybe it expands your cranium or something.
Sure. It's so weird, though, also, because there are people who say that, well, of course, these aliens would be kind of like us because there's only one way to do life, right?
Says who?
Says, like, laws of physics and natural world, right? Like, there's only one way for, like carbon-based. Like, there's only things that we've seen, like, that we can see or
Yes.
like right so like carbon-based life is the only way to do life that we know of
For now.
so theoretically these things should also be carbon-based life forms. But you know what's crazy though to me is like I hear that because I've heard that argument before and that these aliens should be whatever, but then I go to like the zoo and I see a giraffe. I'm like, they could be just like a fucking giraffe but with a bigger brain. Like how crazy would that be?
I don't really know if I agree with that.
What do you mean?
What if they're up there and the reason they don't come down is because
They can't.
yeah, they can't.
Or
Like we're special to us with how everything works. You know, we breathe out, it goes to the trees. Trees give us oxygen. Everything's a cycle here, and
what's that called?
it's not photosynthesis.
Yeah, it is. Isn't that
With
photosynthesis?
people?
Well, yeah. Isn't that photosynthesis?
No, photosynthesis is how a plant eats.
Yeah, plants, but then
I don't know. High school biology was fucking decade
continue.
ago.
Go ahead. Yeah, they can't come
Just
down.
what if they just can't come down? Because that would mean they live off of different means.
Mm-hmm. That goes back to my theory that either they're in Antarctica or they're in the water.
But Antarctica's on here in the water. The water would be different.
The
There's
water
still
would be the
oxygen underwater though. Isn't there?
Sure, but maybe they're just
Air pockets of
but maybe they're just gill based things, right?
sure.
Maybe
It's still I don't know.
I don't know.
Here's a thought. What if all of them up there, like in the little saucer,
Yeah.
and you got like that little bubble, and you can like see them in there, right? And they're looking down, and like, what if they're all like a little bit of Howie Mandels? They're just big germaphobes up there. It's like, look at these guys. These things sweat, they fart, they stink. We don't want to go down there.
What if this global pandemic was just an excuse to try and get us all cleaner so that the aliens would come down?
Yeah.
They're like, listen, let's just put some masks on them because they're fucking disgusting. I saw Troy the other day eat this girl's ass, and that was fucking gross, dude.
There's a whole bunch of Howie Mandels up there.
Oh, that's funny. There has to be aliens.
There has to. Do you think that there's... Because we're only thinking, again, in all of the sci-fi stuff, it's only like one species of aliens. It's not like they come down
Per
and
movie.
kind of awake. There were like those giant elephant blob things.
Yeah.
I think that was...
Those were pretty cool. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't awake. It was
What was it? Not
It's
awake.
Amy
I don't know
Adams.
why I said that. Yeah, Amy Adams. That she talks with it kind of
Arrival.
Arrival. And maybe I'm wrong. Predator, other alien shit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's different races
Of aliens.
of aliens?
Like how there's different races of humans.
Yeah.
That goes into evolution, right? Or not evolution, but adaptation. Kind of, right?
Which I guess would mean either they're multiplanetary or they have a planet like ours that gives different
different climates.
Yeah. And means to survive that makes them that way.
I find that so... But really, that's not that strange. I mean, again, I don't know how we get different races and different things or whatever, but like a dog has puppies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that puppy can have different colored fur depending on whatever.
Sure.
Well, that's not that crazy of a thing, right? Like as far as how is that? That's really not any different than like skin color, right? I mean, really,
Yeah.
it's just breeding and whatever.
Unless we add in like, what if they have different accents?
Well, that's
Because that's part of species.
Can you imagine an alien coming down with a southern accent? I was like, hey, y'all, listen here. Listen up, y'all.
We've
Listen.
been back there about 4.5. hey, Judy, they're trying to get down to Mars. They're down here in Earth.
Oh, honey, you lost. honey, you're supposed to take a left at Orion's belt. Man, that'd be funny.
Because then I feel like if that were the case, then it'd like they'd be competing to get here. Like you got a white alien, black alien.
Like first to get to Earth wins Earth.
Kinda, yeah. Like us to get to Mars. What are we gonna do when we actually
Get to Mars.
and start? Whoever's first, you just claim it. Do you have to
I always thought that too. Like, because right now Elon's really pushing the whatever, right?
Yeah.
If we get there, do we just claim? Because it's like, okay, we have a space force now, right?
Sure.
Which I swear to God. So people could say whatever they want about Trump, but I feel like this is my crazy theory. I feel like Trump saw something in those like files and made Space Force.
That would be epic.
Like, just because. Why the fuck? Why else would he have made Space Force? People say, oh, because it's Trump. But like, really, come on.
If he knows about available technology. I mean, that's just the next level. Like you just keep building up, like
Sure.
the
Well,
military, the Air Force,
but
Space Force.
but space, like space warfare, was included in the Air Force. It
Yeah,
already
yeah, but
existed.
not really space.
Well, no, it like covered like any sort of whatever. It was like in the Air Force, I guess, and that's why people were like, "Well, it's already in there," but they're like, "No, we need a Space Force."
If that's true, then I would like to know the difference between the two.
Yeah, me too.
And read up on what the actual
Sure.
Space Force
But I
is.
just mean like, like how crazy would that be if he saw something and was like, "All right, we need a Space Force."
And he put it in that stimmy bill.
How crazy would that? And that was like his last hurrah. Like he knew he wasn't going to win the election. He's like, "All right, well, you guys got to at least tell fucking these people about aliens because this is nuts."
Yeah.
Hold on. Listen here, guys. Like, listen. There's some things out there. There's some little things and some big things. There are things.
biggest things.
There's the biggest things out there, and I'm going to tell you because listen, I know the things. I know the things, and I'm trying to tell you the things. They're there.
It would be wild. That was good.
I feel like the longer he's out of the presidency, the worse my impression gets.
Notice how nobody does it anymore.
No one does it anymore. It's so hard to do the Biden one because it's just you sound like you have Alzheimer's.
Yeah, and then you get checked
It's not
into rehab.
It's not funny. But that would be nuts, man.
Because I've always thought, like, you have, like, piracy, like, well, pirates. Like, you can't go into certain areas of water because they're not,
Kind of like Antarctica.
you're not going to let that go.
It's a good theory.
It's decent.
It's better than the flat Earth theory.
I'll give you that. But let's just say, because right now, what is it? Us versus China, really, in the grand scheme of things?
Throw Russia.
And
in
I don't
there,
really
yeah.
think they're getting to Mars anytime. And if they're not, it's pretty close to the vest. We don't hear about anything.
Right.
They
Okay,
just
yeah,
shot
back
a
to-
thing
back-
up into the sky and nobody knew where it was going to
It
land.
fucking blew
Ours
up.
come back on a fucking 10 by 10 helipad.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Back to who owns Mars. Yeah. So again, yeah. If you get there, do you just plot out like if you start the civilization, you're just like, yeah, this is my fucking area.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Fucking America caused climate change and now they get Mars. Like, fuck all of us.
To be fair, though, China's the big culprit.
Oh,
of
they
fucking,
are.
I saw the statistic or something. It was like America can stop using straws entirely or stop doing all of this, but China still contributes like 80% of the climate quote unquote crisis.
Yeah.
And it's like you guys just conveniently forget about that.
Yeah.
Kind of like how you forget that they're fucking slaughtering Muslims in
Yeah.
camps and shit. But y'all ain't ready for that conversation.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah. How crazy would that movie be? Where it's like the Americans are up there colonizing Mars, and like China or Russia comes, and it's just like a fucking war for Mars.
Or what if it's like, this is our space, you have to go.
Yeah,
And they're like, "Ah, dude, let us in. Come on, America. Earth is burning. Like, nope, that's why we left. You gotta go back.
you snooze, you lose, bro.
Yeah, get another planet.
I heard Venus is pretty nice this time of year.
Yeah.
Dude, that's gonna take us like 40 years to get there.
Can we steal some IP?
Nah. That's funny. Do you think aliens have sports teams?
They have to. If there's something living, they have to do something, right?
Maybe. Do you think they would saw Shaq and been like, this guy?
He has ball. He has hoop. He puts it through the hoop. Let's do that.
What is this?
Let's do that.
What is this accent?
They have to be something.
Oh my god! Speaking of accents, have you ever seen Russian like cursive?
I
Or
don't
people
think
who
so.
write? It literally looks.
I feel like I've only seen cursive in English.
dude, it literally looks like this. Oh, camera. It literally looks like that, and people like know what it says. Look up Russian cursive. I swear to God, it's like the most crazy thing. And I see that, and I'm just like, how were? It gives me a newfound respect for anyone that like learns English, because I'm like, it has to just sound like fucking gibberish.
You weren't
What?
lying.
You fucking, I swear. Oh, hold on. Tell me that's not the most ridiculous thing. And people, that's like words.
Yeah, I mean, it says you will deprive ... I have to click on the image, but
Yeah. How nuts, right?
fucking people are weird.
People are so weird, man. I don't know, man. This was a good podcast. I
Yeah.
enjoy talking about aliens.
Do you think that they're up there just like this is just the Truman Show to them,
Could be.
and like Big Brother just watching it was just them?
If they were smart enough. So I heard another theory also that they're not that much different than like we are.
Who told you that?
I don't know, some crazy
How'd they
person on the
know?
internet. But it's just, these are all just bullshit theories. No one fucking knows. But a theory is that, you know, they're not that much different than we are. So they're just like here on our planet. They're like an Elon or they're a whatever, and they're just kind of living.
At the most basic thing, right? They are a living thing who have built something that got here.
Mm-hmm.
That is identical to what we are doing and
Or trying
have
to do.
done and everything.
Right.
So at some level, yeah. So yeah,
And also,
they have to be like us to a certain percentage.
my question is, if they're smart enough to have gotten here, right? Because that's intelligence and that's advancement.
Or are they lost?
You're right. They just
Fuck, they just went into a black hole. Somehow didn't die.
Still, but the point is that they intergalactic travel. They were able to travel through space in some form or the other, right?
Yeah.
But they got here. Like, what are the first alien sightings or whatever? The fucking what? 60s, 70s,
I'm sure
somewhere
before
around
that.
there. Whatever, somewhere around there. They had to
40s.
have. They had to have been able to like assimilate or learned our fucking bullshit scribble language, right? Like, they have to have a pretty good idea of like who we are and what we do at this point.
Remember when I said
Right.
like they're sitting up there like Howie Mandel?
Yeah.
All of the abduction things are in like nice places, like up in the mountains, like it's where a beautiful view. There's no people, there's no litter, nothing up there, right? Like in all those different types of spots.
Okay.
What if? Where was I gonna? I don't know where I was gonna go with this. Sometimes I just speak too fast. My brain doesn't catch up.
Oh man, I hope the alien's not listening in.
Yeah, don't pick me.
No, or maybe do pick you. You mean they picked those places on purpose?
Yeah,
Like they're just like, all right, this.
but I don't remember why I was gonna go there.
But you know what I mean? Like I just feel like at this point they have to have a pretty good idea of what humans are and how we, whatever. Like they've had to kind of learned enough things.
Think so?
It's a long time.
What could they learn? Like they're not here interacting with us. What are they going to observe?
But they're observing us. I don't know.
But by what? What could you gain by just watching us be?
How many times they can watch TV? How many times do TVs get stolen? One of them could have been an alien. It fell off the truck
Well, I guess maybe.
by an alien.
Oh, this dude ended up dead. Well, how you end up dead? Somebody took him.
Car accident. Car accident carrying a thing of TVs. Oh, one of the TVs went missing. Aliens. Transistor radio. Some old guy dies. It's at his gravesite. The wife goes, listens to his favorite radio station, leaves it at the gravesite. Alien comes and takes it. These are all very plausible things, Tyler.
Yeah, but what are you learning by listening to a radio?
How we talk, what we mean, our language. You don't think in 30 years a species that learns intergalactic travel can't figure out our language?
Well, when you put it like that.
You don't think they can't figure out what book means?
We're having a hard time describing stuff that we find from the past.
That's true. But we can't intergalactically travel.
Think we ever will?
Not in our lifetime.
What do you think it's going to be like when we are 80 years old?
Fucking crazy.
Not like
Neuralink.
not like society, but like with aliens. Like, will they have been here? Will we know? Will we be somewhere?
Listen, I think it's gonna come. It's gonna be real within the next next year or two.
What's real?
Like they're gonna. I think the stuff that's gonna come out. Listen, the amount of things that our government has fucking lied to us about. Like there were those CIA documents that came out when the CIA was trying to learn mind control.
Yeah,
Did you see those? Like legitimately learn
with acid.
No, not that. I'm talking about mind control. Like they did studies. They had a guy, they put him in a separate room, had him like drew pictures in another room, and had him draw the picture. So like you're in the bedroom, okay, with a picture. You're drawing a balloon, and I'm with the mind reader, and I'm saying, hey, I need you to draw what he's drawing in the other room, and he had them draw to like some degree of certainty. Like they were trying to like figure out mind reading, so that they can go and send this guy to like fucking, Russia and have them copy whatever these fucking diplomats are writing on a piece of paper. Like, it sounds crazy, but they did experiment after experiment after experiment. And some guy, our taxpayer dollars, sent some fucking dude in a room with a crazy guy who thought he could read people's minds.
For some reason, I feel like we think like the government is just like just better. They're just people. So why not try and do that, right? They're curious. They want to know. Let's fucking see if it works. Yo, go get that dude, see if you can read his mind. We'll give you a couple dollars. They're just people up there.
No, they are.
They're not the smartest things.
100%. And that's why
So you got to give them a little leeway.
But that's why when I bring up stuff like this, and like I only half believe these crazy conspiracy theories, like, but people like that wouldn't happen. I'm like, would it not happen? Like, is it that far fetched?
Here's the thing about conspiracy theories. One, they're super fun because you never get the full truth with anything.
Never.
It's never.
Even when they tell you what happens, they only tell you what they want to tell you what happened.
And even when it's true, you're missing half the story that either led up to it or why, everything about it.
Yep.
And two, no, we don't really know anything, if kind of. Like, in the grand scheme of things, we've been here for a couple hundred years as people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a couple thousand years, but like in the grand scheme of billions of years,
Sure,
you don't really know anything. So anything could be possible. Like, how can you just say no? Like, that's not true.
I agree. Shit's nuts, dude. Shit's nuts.
Here's another thing.
Yeah.
All of these videos that are coming out of like people in aircrafts and following things on radar, you get people that capture crazy things on their iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are with military technology, and everything is still hazy, and you can't make out what it is, and there's more questions after you see it than before. What's up with that? What's up with that, CIA? Pentagon?
Well, most of it's like radar technology more than anything, right?
Or photos.
Or photos, yeah.
But, like,
Why can't
make it
be
clear.
Crystal.
Get Apple's fucking M1 chip, whatever that thing does. I'm sure it works better than whatever you got up there.
It costs too much money. There's a chip shortage. They put them all in the vaccine. Just kidding.
Yeah.
That was a joke, everyone.
We are now the aliens.
Oh man, tell you what, my arm's been getting heavier ever since I got that vaccine.
Too strong.
Nah, man, it's the chip.
Big chip.
Big chip.
I'm not getting it. I don't think I'll need to get it.
No, I don't think you do either. I think you're okay. I do feel a little unsafe being less than 6 feet from you.
No, you don't.
No, you're right. I don't.
Like I said, I've either had it 3-4 times or I've never had it.
And like I said, I'm microchipped. So either it works or it doesn't work, and I'm banking on it working.
My body's too strong.
Yeah,
Rejects it.
We'll go with that. Tyler, anything else you want to say to the Pro City Boys fam before we log off?
No, you're gonna make a. You can make a little
graphic
for it.
Yeah, I could do something.
Just like
we'll talk about it after this.
Yeah, we'll just see if you're interested. I thought that was fun, but if you're interested, we'll just tally up to see who has a better intergalactic space meeting.
Oh man! Until next time, guys. Zoltan.